Welcome back students to the 6th standard Sainik School English crash course by Ma Tutorial. My name is Anmol and I shall be your guide on this journey through the English language. You must remember we're already done with the parts of speech, then we did tenses. Today we're going to start with some complicated concepts of English grammar. Without any further delay, getting right into the first topic, question tags. Now what are these question tags? Some might ask. I will tell you. Let's say this is an example of sentence. Ram works hard. Doesn't he? He is not coming. Is he? Ram works hard. Doesn't he? So we say something and then we ask confirmation for it. Ram works hard. We are saying a sentence. Then in the end we are putting 2-3 words, short words there to ask the confirmation, to ask for confirmation for that thing or to give more emphasis to the thing that we just said. Such few words that are added to the end of the sentence to make it into a question are called question tags. So a small question asked for confirmation after a sentence. He is not coming, is he? Now there are some rules that we need to follow. Let's check them out. First of all, the sentence and its question tags must be in the same tense. Same tense. So Ram works hard, simple present tense. Doesn't he? Also simple present tense. Ram will work hard, future tense. Won't he? Will he not? Also the future tense. Ram has worked hard, present perfect tense. Hasn't he? Also the perfect present tense. So the question tag must be of the same tense as the main sentence. For a positive sentence, we use the negative question tag and vice versa. Vice versa means true in the opposite side as well. For example, if we are using positive sentence or a negative question tag, we will use with a negative sentence a positive question tag. That means when I say Ram works hard, that's a positive question. I'm saying something is, not that something is not. So Ram works hard, doesn't he? Does he not? The question tag is in negative. I'm asking doesn't he? There is a not in that. Ram does not work hard. That is a negative sentence. Now the question tag will be positive. Does he? Ram does not work hard. Does he? Does he will be positive because the sentence was negative. We always use a pronoun in question tags. Also you will notice if I say Ram works hard, I don't say doesn't Ram. Ram works hard, doesn't Ram. Doesn't he? So though Ram was used in the beginning of the sentence, we will use the pronoun in the later part. They work hard, don't they? If it is a pronoun in the beginning, it will be the same pronoun at the end. But if it is a noun, the Indian cricket team lost the match, didn't they? So the Indian cricket team, plural third person, they is the pronoun for that. You must remember, if you don't, please go revise the pronouns chapter before moving ahead. Now for negative question tags, use the contraction of the helping verb and the adverb of negation not. We always use the contraction. For example, if I say Ram works hard, I will say doesn't he. Does not he is incorrect. Does not he is incorrect. Or it can be does he not. Not can come towards the end as well. But this is the best way of saying it. This is also acceptable in modern English. But this is the best way of saying it. Ram works hard, doesn't he? So we use the contraction. Contraction, what is contraction? Didn't is. What is didn't? Did plus not. What is hadn't? Had plus not. So contraction means to put two things together and contract them, make them shorter, make them smaller. That is contraction. Won't is will not, doesn't is does not, etc., etc., etc. Hasn't, haven't, has not, have not, and all of those things. Next notes. Now usually am not does not have a contraction. You will say I am not playing. You cannot have a contraction of am not. If you say you are not playing. Now this you are not can become aren't. But there is no contraction for am. Some people will say ain't, but ain't is not correct English. It is considered to be incorrect grammar. You can use it in spoken language, but informally and casually, you cannot use it in a casual setting, in a formal setting like an office or a school. So, but when am not is in the main sentence or am is in the main sentence, then in the contraction you can use aren't. So here what will it be? I am fine, aren't I? And if I will be fine, it had been, then will be contraction, negative of this will not be, so won't I. I will be fine, won't I? Next, beta. Now, everyone, everybody, no one, none, each, every, you must remember from pronouns, distributive pronouns, and indefinite pronouns as well sometimes. But distributive pronouns, let's talk about them. They are treated as singulars, and take up singular verbs. But in the question tags, they are treated as plural. For example, everyone has come. Have come nahi, has come. Has is used for third person singular. Everyone is treated as a third person singular. Everyone has come. But in the question tag, we will use the plural form. Haven't they? Haven't they? Now, what is the plural form of has? Have. Same tense. Present perfect. Everyone has come. Haven't they? None of your friends likes her. Do they? Likes her. Do they? So they do like her. Likes here shows the inflection of does. The auxiliary is does. Plural of does will become do. Do they? Everybody can speak English. Can't they? So they, the plural pronoun is also plural and the verb is also plural. Though in the main sentence, these are treated as singulars. But in the question tag, we need to use the plural forms. Let's move on to the next one. Now, collective nouns. What are collective nouns? You must remember from nouns, there are 5 kinds. If you don't, please revise the nouns chapter. Collective nouns, I'll tell you briefly, is a word given to the collection of some things, people, animals, or places. For example, a collection of islands is called an archipelago. A collection of soldiers is called an army. A collection of dogs is called a pack. A pack of dogs. So pack, army, archipelago, all of these are collective nouns. Now, what are they talking about? When the jury, the collective noun is treated as a singular in the main sentence, then it will be a singular in the question tag as well. The jury has taken, it means the jury is being treated as a singular because you must remember has is the singular form, third person singular form. For plural we use have, not has. The jury has taken its decision, hasn't it? The pronoun and the verb both will be singular if the collective noun is treated as a singular in the main sentence. But if a collective noun is treated as a plural, for example, the committee are divided in their opinion, then in the question tag as well, we will use the plural form of the verb and the plural form of the pronoun, aren't they? The committee are divided in their opinion, aren't they? The audience have taken their seats, haven't they? The audience have taken their seats, haven't they? So the audience here is being treated as a plural. We are using have, we know, because have is being used here. It means it's being treated as a plural. Have is for plural, has is for singular, third person. And then in the question tag as well, we will use the plural verb and the plural pronoun. Moving ahead. Now, negative adverbs like hardly, seldom, scarcely, barely, etc. take a positive question tags. Now, negative adverbs, not is also a negative adverb. Not is not the only negative adverb. There are other negative adverbs as well, like hardly, seldom, scarcely, barely. Even these will be treating the sentence as a negative. That means the question tag will be in a positive, as we saw in the first few rules. That negative question tag for positive sentences, positive question tag for negative sentences. He hardly does any work. Does he? Does he? Now this hardly is the not here. So he doesn't do any work, does he? He hardly does any work, does he? He has barely anything to eat. Does he? Has he? He has barely anything to eat. Has he? So has is the main verb here, which is in the simple present. So we will use does he, the same simple present. He has barely anything to eat. He barely has anything to eat, has he? Or does he? He is seldom absent, is he? He is seldom absent, is he? Again, seldom, barely, hardly, treated as negatives, hence the question tag will be considered positive. Moving on. If the sentence starts with let's or let us, then the question tag will be shall we, always. Let us go to the party tonight, shall we. So remember this. If the question tag starts with a suggestion for a group that let us go, let us do something, let us do, shall we, let us go, shall we. So then the question tag will always be shall we. It doesn't matter whether it is negative or positive, it will always be shall be. Let us not go to the party tonight, shall we? Both of them will have shall we. Alright, now we will see how it changes according to the kinds of sentences. You must remember there were 5 kinds of sentences. If you don't, please go back and revisit the sentences chapter. You will see the kinds of sentences that will remind you and revise and will help you revise. Now in imperative sentences means requests. We use the question tag won't you, come in, won't you. So remember in imperative sentences, the subject is always you. You come in. So won't you, come in, won't you. Won't you is used in imperative sentences, remember that. Now as commands, when requests, when imperative sentences are as requests. Now when it is at command, not a request but a command, then we will use will you, would you. Open the door, will you. Now this is a command, this is not a request. When I say come in, won't you, this is a request. Please come in. Do you like to come in? Would you want to come in? Please come in. But if I say open the door, will you, that means open the door. It's a demand. It's a command now. I'm not requesting. I'm not asking you if you want to do it. No, I'm telling you to do it. It's a command now. Have some more tea. Would you? Again a command. I'm commanding you to have more tea. It is not a request. Have some more tea, won't you? If I say won't you, it will be a request. If I say will you or would you, it will be a command. The question that can't you shows impatience. Now if you are being very impatient, if you have asked someone to do something again and again and they are not listening, and now you've become frustrated and you're becoming angry and you're losing patience, you cannot wait anymore, you don't want to wait anymore, that is called losing patience. If you're becoming impatient, don't want to wait anymore, then you can use can't you. Shut your mouth, can't you. Shut your mouth, can't you. This is you becoming impatient. And for negative imperatives, we will use will you. Don't worry, will you. So for negative, see, don't is do not worry. Do not worry, will you? Do not do that. Do not come in, will you? So do not come in, won't you? If there is a negative, not, barely, scarcely, then will you. The question tag will be will you. Always you, because imperatives, the subject is always second person, mostly. If the sentence uses there as a subject, then the question tag will be made of the verb that comes after there plus there. Sometimes a subject is an empty subject. For example, there. Now this does not belong to any part of speech. Some might extend it and say maybe it is acting as an adverb, but that is not what it is doing. This is called an expletive. Expletive. What are expletives? Expletives are words that are used as subjects or in the place of a subject because there is nothing to fill it. Expletives are words that are used to fill an empty space in a sentence. For example, there is no water. Where? Here, where we are. Right now, water is not available. So water is not available here. That is why we are saying there is no water. There. Where there? There is no water. There. There is no water. There is no water. Even there, first there becomes the subject. There is no water. Again, there is the expletive. So there is no water. Is there? Of the verb that comes after there. What is the verb that comes after there? Is and then there. There is no water. Is there? Let's see if somebody can tell the next one. There weren't any good schools. What is the verb that is coming after that? Weren't, were. And then there. There weren't any good schools. Were there? There weren't any good schools. Were there? And all of you remember, because it was negative here, it became positive. It was negative here, it became positive. Now it is positive here, so it will become negative. There is space for everyone, isn't there? So the verb that comes after is. Is becomes negative, isn't, because here it is positive, isn't there. There is space for everyone, isn't there? Question tags are used according to the main part of the sentence, the part being confirmed. Now, if the sentence has two parts, question tag will come according to the part that you are trying to confirm. I think he is right. What am I confirming? Am I confirming that I think, or am I confirming that he is right? I am confirming that he is right. So the question tag will be according to this. How will it be according to this? Negative of the same tense verb, the auxiliary verb. So here isn't, and the pronoun. I think he's right, isn't he? Here, if I want to make this part the main, that I think he is right, then I will say, don't I? So now I'm questioning this part, which doesn't make any sense. I think he's right, don't I? I'm asking myself that, do I think he's right, or don't I think that he's right? So whichever part you want to confirm, the question tag will be according to that part is what is being said. Very easy chapter. All you need to do is practice with a lot of content, all of which is available here with a physical branch. You may join an offline class or an online class. Both of them cater equally well to student needs. You will get our expert guidance, personal interactions, and all the data, all the resources that we have would be made available to you for practice. Please make sure you're practicing enough, becoming better every day of the week, every week of the month, every month of the year, every year of your beautiful life. Thank you, and I shall see you in the next one.